When I first started Magic, I was obsessed with the double lift. And if any one of my friends didn't know Magic, I would do the simplest double lift trick for them and they would go wild. Come closer, check this out. We have the Ace of Hearts. I'll take it and leave it somewhere in the center. Check it out. Boom, jumps to the top. Yo, oh my God, yo. Oh. I'm fine, okay? Just slightly damaged. So today I'll be teaching you two of my favorite card tricks using the double lift that either leave people speechless or make them go berserk. What up, crew? Hope you're doing well, and welcome to the place where I show you how to lift. Not that kind of lift. You know, I did some research on the double lift a while back, and I remember reading that its first publication was in 1776 in Richard Neve's book, The Merry Companion. And even though I knew when it was published, it didn't hit me that it was 1776. Here we have the American forefathers signing the Declaration of Independence, going to war, and then we have Richard. Hey, you want to see some magic with my double lift? Seriously though, I'm super glad he created this move so that I can share this video with you today. And now before we begin, make sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, grab your favorite deck of playing cards, and now, let's do it. Before we do anything else, I need to make sure we're on the same page on the double lift. If you guys already know the double lift, you can go ahead and skip ahead, go to the next part. But if you do not know the double lift, let me give you a little bit of background. So the double lift is where you pick up two cards to look as one. Right, so in this case, if I did a double lift, I'd show the 7 of clubs, but if I put the card down, this 7 of clubs is still here, and this was some random card. And now there are multiple ways to do the double lift, and everyone has their opinion on which one is the best way to do it. I think if you're starting off, the easiest way to do the double lift would be to pick up 2 cards here from the back, just literally count 1, 2 cards with your thumb, and you can literally just pick it up, make sure everything is square, your pinky ring finger on here, and you could just show it as this, okay? So if you're just starting off with a double lift, this is probably what I'd recommend. If you want to get into it, you know, performing these tricks pretty quickly, you can literally just do that, and there you have your double lift. If you want to do something a little bit more advanced, you can do the strike double, which I love doing for a long period of time, where you're pretty much coming over what you did back here, you're doing on the side here using your index finger. You're counting 2 cards with your index finger here. Now this will require a lot more practice because here you can kind of see the 2 cards with your thumb, but here you have to know exactly how much is 2 cards, and then you flip them over like this. Okay, so just a little bit of detail on that. You get the 2 cards, you put the rest of these fingers inside, grip tightly, turn it around. As you're putting it down, make sure there's room between your thumb and the rest of the deck here and these 2 cards. So you can show it off like this, then you can grab it, pinch firmly, turn it around, and close, and there's your double. Up to speed, it would look something like this. And I guess one more thing I forgot to mention, it would help if you have the decks in like a bit of a tilt here, so the cards are they're not completely straight. If you have them out like this, it's easier to count cards one at a time with your index finger. And if you want a more in-depth tutorial on the double lift, I'll put a link to it on the screen. You can go ahead and check it out. Now it's trick time. So straight up, this is one of the coolest card tricks because it's so easy to do, and it gets like the craziest reactions for almost no reason. So we start by giving the deck a bit of a shuffle and maybe a couple of cuts as well, because that's what people are accustomed to seeing. And now we need a card selected by a spectator. This card right over here, take a look at it and get it memorized. Although it doesn't really matter because I can see the card as well. Now I want you to do your best and try to follow this card. You ready? Boom, boom, boom. Where do you think the card is? You think it's on top. Well, you would be correct because I'm a magician and I don't follow the rules, but we'll do it this way. See if you can follow the card now. Right? There we go. There we go. Can you follow the card now? You say it's somewhere in the deck. Well, honestly, when I perform this for like friends or family, they literally just guess that it's on top because I'm a magician and I guess that's a fair guess. So check it out. It's still on top, the 6 of diamonds, but I'll do something different. I'll leave it right here on the table and I'll cover it up with this empty tuck case, right? So it's empty tuck case, and I'll cover that right up. And this is where the magic is going to happen because I'll take this card, the 4 of hearts, and I'll rub it right on top and watch for the moment this happens. This card, 4 of hearts, is now transformed into the 6 of diamonds, and the card right here has transformed into the 4 of hearts. Now I know that you have to have seen this trick somewhere. It is just so phenomenal. Actually, the first time I did it, I thought I made it up, I invented it, and then I was showing people, and then I saw Dynamo do it on TV. I'm like, oh, I don't think I made this up. But anyway, so the way this trick works is you need a duplicate card. So these Rise playing cards come with actually 4 2 of hearts. you want to put 1 4 of hearts on the top and 1 4 of hearts on the bottom. I said 2 4 hearts, right? Once you have that done, you can just give the deck a bit of a false shuffle in the beginning, or you can give the deck a riffle shuffle. But in the riffle shuffle, just make sure the bottom card stays on the bottom and the top card stays on top. And then push those together. You can do a couple of false cuts if you like, and I have videos on those if you want to learn how to do those. So once that's done, obviously the 4 is still on top and the 4 is still on the bottom. Then you have a spectator, go ahead and select the card. Boom, Jack of Clubs. Did we already pick the Jack of Clubs? But anyway, it is the Jack of Clubs. You turn it face down on top. Now your next goal is getting this card on top of these 2 cards. Now there's multiple ways of doing it. I think the easiest way is to do a double undercut. And since I guess this is more aimed towards a beginner type tutorial, I'm going to show you how to do the double undercut. You're going to peel off the bottom card using your pinky finger here. And you can do this while you're in this middle grip, right? So ring finger, middle finger on top, and your thumb is on the bottom. You can use your pinky now to just kind of grab that 1 card out. Once that's done, you're going to swing cut over this packet, like so. Bring this packet right on top here, and drop that 1 card on top of this packet, but maintain the break. And what you can do now is break the bottom packet in half, bring it to the top, break, and then get from the break right here, bring that to the top. And what that essentially did was sandwich the spectator selection between the 2 4 of hearts. Pretty easy. Most of the time I like to play a game with the spectator on asking them where they think their selected card is. And a lot of the times after I do those false cuts and stuff, and I get the cards arranged in this order, I ask them where it is, and they say that the card is either lost somewhere in the center, they have no idea, or it's on top. Most of the time I get on top because I just feel like that's the kind of people I'm with. And now you're going to do a double lift. So you're going to go do the double lift, whichever one you prefer. Flip the cards over and you show, look, you are correct. It is on top. I couldn't fool you. But maybe I can fool you again if I try again. And for this, I just do the overhand shuffle, a controlled overhand shuffle. That's not something you have to do, but you can give it maybe a couple of false cuts if you like, something like that. And again, you can ask them where do they think their card is. They're going to say, oh, my card is still on top. So you do the double lift and oh my God, you're absolutely correct. Your card's still on top. You're a genius. But now I want to show you this. And I turn this card over and I ask the spectator to hold out their hand. And I couldn't really do that. I didn't have another spectator here. But hold out their hand. I take this card, put it in their hand, and immediately grab their other hand and put it on top of it. Because this card obviously is the 4 of hearts. It's not their selected card, which is still on top of the deck. And they're holding it like this. And I tell them, grip as tightly as you can. You want to make sure that I can't get to that card. So they smash it between their hands as tightly as they possibly could, getting all their sweat on the card, warping it, and having some bad flashbacks. But anyway, the card is sandwiched between their hands. I'll leave it here for now. And all you have to do is one more double lift, right? So you do that double, boom, oops. You do that double, boom, you show them there's the 4 of hearts. It's some random arbitrary card. And now when their hand's like this, right, let's just say this is in my hand. I kind of just go through like this and say, look, this is now your selected card, the card that you had sandwiched in your hand. And if you check, you have the 4 of hearts. Now, this trick itself is just insane. But if you want to level this trick up a little bit more, what you can do is sign one of the 4 of hearts. Sign the bottom 4 of hearts. Where's the other 4 of hearts? Sign the bottom 4 of hearts and then do your trick, right? Because now if you can sign it, let's say you sign this card and you do the trick again, the signed card now comes to the top, right? And you flip over and show the spectator that's the selected card. You have them sign their card. So now you've, right now, you haven't shown them that you signed anything, but you've secretly signed that card ahead of time. So you show them, okay, they signed this card, we're gonna turn it face down and they're gonna hold it. They're holding your signed 4 of hearts. And now you do a double lift again, right? And you're gonna make sure that you sign the other 4 of hearts the exact same way you signed, that's the exact same way you signed your first 4 of hearts. And then once you sign it the exact same way or very similar, you can turn this face down and take this card. And now when you do the trick, the signed spectator's card is in your hand and your signed card is in their hand, and they will start crying. I'm not lying to you. They will cry, either sadness, happiness, confusion. They will cry for you. But there you have it, such a simple yet very powerful trick. I love this card trick so much, like it's so much fun to perform, and you'll see why in a minute. So I guess I'll give the deck a shuffle, boom, and maybe just a quick cut. And we'll have a card selected by a spectator. let's say this card right over here. Make sure you remember its suit and value, because I'm going to ask you a couple of questions that may be important to your future, and at least the future of this trick. That's going to be, I guess, more vital. I'm going to show you a series of cards, and whatever cards I show you, you're going to say that is your card. So for example, if I show you this card, you're going to say, yes, that's my card, okay? And whenever I do this trick, a lot of people get confused, which I don't think there's a point of any confusion. I'm pretty much telling you exactly what to do. So we're going to try this out right now. Is this your card? You're going to say, yes, that's my card. Now, honestly, I'm having trouble believing you, maybe because I just told you to lie to me. So we'll take that card, leave it right over here because I don't believe you. Second card, take a look deep and hard. Is that your card? And you're going to say, yes, that's my card. But again, what are the chances that you pick 2 cards when I only gave you 1? Very low. So I'll take it, leave it right here. And third card, is that your card? Yes, it is. Okay, well, I'm going to tell you right now, man. I don't think that that's your card. I don't think that that's your card. I don't think that that's your card. I think you've been lying to me the whole time. And you know how I know that? Because I told you to lie to me. What I think is this is your card. Okay, so I'll take this card, leave it right over here. And now you can tell me the truth. Is this really your card? No. Yes, I knew it wasn't. Is this really your card? No. Yep, I knew it wasn't either. Was this really your card? Yes. No. Hold on. That wasn't your card. It was the card I mentioned right here. Your card, the Jack of Clubs. So let's talk about this trick right here. I actually learned this way back in the day from Miss Mag 822, and it has been one of my favorites, all-time favorites, until now. It's just so awesome to do. Let's just get right into it. And you have a card selected by a spectator, right? It happens to be, in our case, the King of Hearts. Of course, you're not going to look at the card. You show them, tell them to remember it well, because sometimes people have confusion and they just remember, okay, Red King, and that's all they remember. So they ask them to remember that card very well, leave it on top. The next thing you want to do is control a card on top of their selected card. Now, you can do the same method I talked about in my previous trick, where you can use the double undercut, where you peel off that one card from the bottom, cut this here, drop that card on top, and then, double undercut that over so that it's second from the top. Or you can do a bit more of an advanced method, which I find to be more fun. You start shuffling this over, peel off one additional card, push this back, continue shuffling the rest of the cards, and you'll see the break, or you see that where that one card has been pushed back. You just push down and forward, continue doing the shuffle until you get to your break. And you can see now that their spectator selected card is second from the top. And I know this is a bit more of an advanced control, but it's something really cool that you can do. So you have the card now at the second from the top. And while I'm doing the shuffle, I explain to the spectator what's going to happen. And then I give them some examples of, I'm going to show you cards, and whatever I ask you, just say yes. This may have some other connotations, but that's fine. So I give them a quick sample of, is this your card? They're obviously going to have to say yes. And I turn it back around, and I start going through the rest of the deck, because now I kind of want to get a break above the last 2 cards. And the reason why this seems natural is when I started spreading first, I literally started spreading. So here I show them this card, they say no, but then it's natural that you keep on going once you've already spread the cards, and then square up. And that's how I find is the easiest way to get a break above the bottom 2 cards. And now you're squared up with a break above the bottom 2 cards, a pinky break, but you want to transfer that now to a thumb break. So you can now see a thumb break right here, and these are 2 cards, 1, 2. From this point, you're going to give the deck a swing cut, so cut like this, swing this packet over, and you're going to use this hand to flip over these cards. And again, in my performance, you're going to show them 3 cards. First card, you're going to ask, is that your card? They're obviously going to say yes. If they say no, repeat the instructions to them one more time, and then they'll say yes. And now you're going to use this hand to turn this around, bring this packet all the way over like this, and you'll see why in a minute. Right, so you show this card, they're going to say yes, bring this packet all the way over as you turn it around, then you put this card down and move it towards them. Second card, this will be their actual selected card, and this is the best part. You ask them, is that your card? They're going to say yes. You can be like, I don't believe you. I feel like you're lying to me. There's no way you can pick 2 cards. As you're turning this over, as you get to this point, you're going to drop these 2 cards right on top. So up to speed, it's going to look something like this. Is that your card? Yes. Oh, I don't believe you. Boom. And by the time I did that, I've dropped those 2 additional cards from this packet to this packet. And then you're going to put that down as well. Shift that towards them. And then one last time, Is that your card? They're gonna say yes, I don't believe you. Turn it around, push that towards them. Take this packet now and put it on top of the packet in this hand, because the top card of this packet is their selected card, the King of Hearts. And now you're going to do a double lift, again, whichever method of double lift that you want to do. I know in this trick, the double lift is literally at the end. But you show them, I think that this is your card. They may say yes, no, whatever they say doesn't really matter. You turn that face down, put the deck here. And a lot of the times I just put the deck right on top of it, so it doesn't seem like there's, I'm not approaching this deck whatsoever. And then I slowly start doing the reveal. First I reveal this card. Is that your card? They're going to say, no, that's not my card. Of course, you ask them to tell you the truth. This card here, is that your card? They're going to say, no, that wasn't my card. And I pause for a second before lifting up this card, and I say, was this your card? I don't flip it over yet. Most of the time, they say yes. The second they say yes, you flip it over, and immediate confusion sets in. You can put that down. You can say, remember I told you that I thought this was your card? Well, check it out. This was actually your card. And they just go wild. I'm telling you, both of these tricks are killers, so definitely try them out. If you want to see more videos like this where I group tricks by certain moves, do let me know down in the comments, because your feedback would really mean a lot. And now, of course, the next logical place to go with the double lift is an ambitious card routine. You can check it out right over there. Thanks so much for spending your time with me. Love you guys. Have a great day ahead, and I hope to see you in the next video, or over there, or on my Patreon.